Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is a Sporting Blizzard podcast day, and there's a lot of news to talk about. There's some week 2 injuries, there's a benching of a former Super Bowl winning quarterback, there's a trade involving a first round pick. A lot of stuff's happened, and let's just kick it right off with talking about Eli Manning getting benched for Daniel Jones. Now listen, I like Daniel Jones, but I'm not going to say this is the right move, because I believe in waiting for your rookie quarterback to play. The Patrick Mahomes route has proven me more and more correct. Even though I wasn't a big Patrick Mahomes fan, it's shown it's smart to wait and develop these guys. I know everyone wants to see them on the field, but that's not always the best situation. Dwayne Haskins needs to sit. Kyler Murray, I'm still not sold on him. But some guys need to sit, some guys can play. We've seen some guys have been able to just jump in day one and play. Daniel Jones is probably the most pro-ready right now out of the whole bunch. I even think he's more ready than Kyler Murray because I don't think Kyler Murray's anything special. But why do I think Daniel Jones is the most pro-ready? His size, his arm talent, and the fact that he gets to work with Eli Manning. Entering the draft, I thought he was the most pro-ready because I liked his size, I liked his build, everything. I thought he was a prototypical franchise quarterback based off his size. Arm strength, maybe not as much as you'd want to see, but he had a lot of drop passes, affected his completion percentage, all that. Now he gets to work with Eli Manning, and no matter what people say about Eli Manning, he is going to take this job serious because he doesn't want to see anyone fail. He is a New York Giant at the end of the day. This perception about Eli Manning is kind of wrong of how he always has his family intervene with the morals. Oh, we need to intervene and stop this. That's not Eli. Sure, maybe when he was entering the draft when he didn't want to play for the Chargers, but since then he's always been what's best for the team. What's best for the team? What's best for the team might be playing Daniel Jones. I disagree. I'd wait until they were eliminated from the playoffs, but this might be a job-saving move for Pat Shurmur. And overall, I love Daniel Jones. Do I think he takes his team to the playoffs? No, I don't. I don't think they're ready for the playoffs. Their defense does not look that good. But you want to see some progression. You want to see this team look better under him. You want to see the flash. Now, maybe you're picking the wrong week to do so, because you're going against a really good defensive coordinator in Todd Bowles, who shut down Cam Newton. Healthy or not, Cam Newton was an afterthought. He shut down Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's been a monster. He is a great defensive mind. He can develop great scheme to play against the Giants. That's what Todd Bowles does. He's a great coach, and I think the Bucs do win that game. My real concern is, how does this game affect Daniel Jones? Because if he goes out there and it's a complete dud, the New York media is ripping him, everything, he might get a little hesitant. I mean, he's still a young player in this league. He's in his early 20s. He's still developing his mind mentally. All these things are happening, and if he fails, everyone's just going to throw him under the bus because they don't care. New York writers, they need a headline. New York media, they need something to talk about. They don't care at the expense of this young kid. They want to rip him apart if he fails. That's how the New York media is, and that's why I question if this is the right week. Do you wait for a better opportunity, or do you maybe go into it to your bye week like, okay, after our bye week, it's Daniel Jones time. Maybe that's the best because you can work with him more. You can more or less get him ready for that start. You'll have a bit extra time to get him ready. You don't have to make the announcement till game week. So as the rest of your team already knows, the outside competition are just hearing about it. I think it would have been smarter if they waited for Daniel Jones, but we're going to find out this week if he's ready to go up against the big bad Sharks. Because even though it's just the lowly Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Todd Bowles is an excellent coach to go against in his first ever matchup. It's sink or swim time. What's Daniel Jones going to do? Now talk about another 2004 quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, out for the season with elbow injury. I don't know the exact. I think it's a UCL muscle in his elbow that he has to have surgery on. Yeah, not good for the Steelers this year. But I do have good news. And if you want to follow anyone, by the way, this is just not mainly about this injury, but if you want to follow anyone to get news updates on Twitter at all about injuries, follow Pro Football Doc David Chow. He's great at what he does. He does halftimes, talk during the big games, Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night. He does those talks. He's got his website. Check him out. Well worth it. Now, with this Ben Roethlisberger injury, it's scary as a Steelers fan, I'm not going to lie, but the one positive news is that I read from The Athletic is from Jake Delhomme. Someone asked Jake Delhomme how he felt, because this was the exact same injury he suffered in 2007. Delhomme said he came back the next year fine. It was 2008. That's the year they went 12-4. He said he felt fine, perfectly healthy. Overall, this is just like an ACL injury. It's going to take time to heal, yes. But when it's healed, it's most likely going to be fixed, if not better, with some ACL surgeries are nowadays for athletes. It's not too severe as everyone thinks it is. This is not the end of Ben Roethlisberger. Unless Mason Rudolph goes out there and performs out of his mind and takes the Steelers to win the Super Bowl, Ben Roethlisberger will be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers next year. That being said, is Ben's age a problem? Yes, it is. Durability is a problem with Ben Roethlisberger due to all the injuries he suffered in his career. It's a miracle he's lasted this long in my mind. He still has played at a good level. He led the league in passing yards last year. And to everyone saying Ben doesn't have it anymore, no, he was dealing with this elbow injury. And as I said, Dr. David Chow pointed out he has not looked the same this year, probably due to that elbow injury that he's probably been suffering from training camp, preseason, somewhere around that time. And that's the thing. In this media world, we're too rash to judge if a player is doing good or not, when it could be a health issue that is about ready to break down, which is going to be more common with these older quarterbacks, which is a segue to Drew Brees on his thumb wrist injury. I was watching the Rams-Saints game until that moment, and Teddy Bridgewater came in, and yeah, they need to play Taysom Hill. If the Saints want a shot at the playoffs, which I don't have them in the playoffs, I didn't have them in the playoffs with Drew Brees, so I don't think this team makes it, they need to play Taysom Hill. Because this team looked bad on offense with Teddy Bridgewater. And I'm not saying Bridgewater is a bad starter. He's a good backup. But the good backup isn't going to take you to the playoffs most of the time. A good backup's going to have to be there to hold the ship steady. The difference is, he might be the worst quarterback in the NFC. Out of all the starting quarterbacks, he might be the worst. And that's saying something. That's saying something that you, out of 16 other teams, might have the worst starting quarterback. And could some of this be due to his mental state after sustaining the injuries he sustained? Absolutely. I couldn't imagine how I'd be feeling if I had his knee surgeries he had. If I'd be willing to run, what I'd be willing to do. I'm not going to say it's not that. But here's what I'm going to say. The Saints need something dynamic. Teddy Bridgewater is not dynamic. Taysom Hill is dynamic. Is he a good quarterback? I don't know. I saw good flashes at him at BYU, but he was too hurt. Which could be why they're going with Teddy Bridgewater. They don't want Taysom Hill hurt. The difference is, you need someone to come in there and give this team a spark while Drew Brees is out. Because it could be 4 to 6 weeks. And if it's 6 weeks, who's saying the Atlanta Falcons have not taken off this division? Who's saying maybe even the Bucs? If we saw how good the Buccaneers defense was against the Panthers, if they can maintain that throughout the year, who's saying they can't run away with the division? The Saints need spark. Taysom Hill's that spark, not Teddy Bridgewater. Now, to talk more about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they made a trade on Monday Night Football. They sent their first-round pick and a couple other picks to the Dolphins to receive some picks and Mika Fitzpatrick. Now I'm going to talk about both sides here. First, we're going to start with the Miami Dolphins. What the hell are you doing? This team is god-awful. This team needs young players. Mika Fitzpatrick is 22 years old. Has 4 years left on his deal with the fifth year option. Why do you trade him? Why not say, Mika, let's wait till the end of the season. Let's figure this out. I know you can say, well, they want to tank. They want to get Tua Tagovailoa. First of all, not sold on Tua. Durability questions. Second of all, why are the Dolphins getting away pieces you need? What are pieces you need to build a franchise? 1, a quarterback. 2, a left tackle. 3, a pass rusher. 4, a DB. They trade away their left tackle. They trade away their DB. Both young. Both on their rookie deals. What are they doing? I heard Chris Grier said, well, we think our fans are sick of 9-7. Really? Because with what I'm thinking you're looking at is to be in the brand new Cleveland Browns where you guys don't even come close to the playoffs for 16 years. This team has screwed up this rookie deal with Mika Fitzpatrick. They have screwed up Laramie Tunsil's rookie deal, getting rid of him. And you can say, Tua, he's got all this talent. What is Tua Tagovailoa going to do when he's getting killed? Alabama's got big boys on the offense line that can protect him. What do the Miami Dolphins have? Tua got hurt while playing at Alabama at quarterback. What's going to happen when he's behind this Division III offensive line for the Dolphins? Their moves are just so stupid to me. You can say they're making moves. Oh, we're thinking 5 years ahead. Really? 5 years ahead? I see you being 6-10 maybe at best. And that's if your quarterback stays healthy. You need these pieces in place. What did the Browns do? What did John Dorsey do? First, Myles Garrett. Boom. Jabril Peppers. Boom. That was his first draft. Not offense line, edge, DB. Then he went quarterback. He at least had to get 2 other players. He got 2 other players that were really good. And they signed a bunch of offense linemen beforehand, before they took Baker to kill him, which they're doing this year after they trade away Kevin Zeitler. But still, they had a plan in for his rookie year so the guy wouldn't get faced. What happened to Blaine Gabbert? He got destroyed in Jacksonville. Not the same quarterback. What the Dolphins are doing is not, they're trying to avoid mediocrity. They're just going to be in the basement. They've decided they're going to move into the Patriots' basement, and they're going to be happy there for the rest of their lives. Because that's what this move screams to me. They don't want to be competitive at all in this next decade or so. They need to get rid of Chris Grier. This team will not be able to do anything until they get rid of Chris Grier. Now, what do they do with Kenyon Drake? Well, I saw Jay Glazer said they're going to trade him. Oh, great. What's a rookie quarterback's best friend? A running back. Xavier Howard, how long till he's moved? And you're not going to get a first-round pick for him. You're probably going to get a third at this rate because everyone knows you're on a fire sale mode. The only reason why you got a first for Minka is because he's still young. He had a great rookie year. That's why you got a first for him. Xavier Howard's not on his rookie deal. Laramie Tunsil's not on his rookie deal. He was on his rookie deal. My bad. The point of what I'm trying to make is the Dolphins are in a fire sale mode so badly that they're screwing themselves for when they get pieces they actually like. Tunsil was a guy you don't move off of. Minka was a guy you don't move off of. Now let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers side of this. What does this trade show me? It shows me they believe in Mason Rudolph. Is Mason Rudolph their guy? I don't know. They must like him, though. Is that justified? We'll find out this week. They're going against San Francisco 49ers, but he looked really good against Pete Carroll's Seattle Seahawks. That's not a bad defensive coach. Now, do the 49ers have some talent? Yes, they do. But here's the thing. What do you need to set up a rookie quarterback to succeed? Offensive line and a running game. Now, Steelers have not got that running game going yet, but they do have the backs to do so. They do have the offense line to protect him. They do have some receivers that can make plays. Juju Smith-Schuster. Deontay Johnson looked good against Seattle. James Washington, Mason Rudolph's best weapon at Oklahoma State. So that's what that shows to me, that they believe in him. Now we go to the defensive side. Steelers win Super Bowls with defensive football. When Ben was younger, they had great defenses led under Dick LeBeau. So Minka Fitzpatrick might be that guy they need to solidify. Sean Davis tore his labrum. He's out for the year. They put him on IR. Was that move made because they acquired Minka? Maybe. But here's another thing. Sean Davis's rookie deal is out after the end of this year. Well, we bring in Minka Fitzpatrick. He is pennies on the dime for the next couple years. Pennies. So we're going to take him. We're going to pair him with this other young safety we really like in Terrell Edmonds. We have Devin Bush, a young linebacker we really like. TJ Watt, a young superstar in this league. Cameron Hayward, Stephon Tuitt. I can go on listing off their players. This defense is good. My concern with the defense is their defensive coordinator and Keith Butler. That's my concern. It's not good if you're questioning the defensive coach instead of the talent. So, really what we're going to see, if the Steelers are going to make a run this year, which I still think they can, they still have a lot of good talent and they have pieces in place, they're going to have to improve on the defensive side of the football. We didn't see that against Seattle. They were good for the first half, but after that interception from Dante Moncrief, I'm not blaming that on Mason Rudolph. Seattle took all the momentum, and they never let go. Now, Pittsburgh needs to get this going, and I understand, you got new pieces, it's going to take a little while to get going. That's why I kind of say, for a lot of teams, I don't count the first quarter. If you can go 1-3, 2-2, as long as you don't go 0-4, I won't panic. I think the Steelers are in a good spot. Now they need to win these next 2 weeks for me to be happy. I don't think this division's out of reach. The Browns have not looked what we expected from them. The Ravens, they've had maybe the two easiest opponents this year. And the Bengals, I like the Bengals' talent, but they don't look to be that different on the defensive side of the football through the first couple games. They still can give up big plays, and they have issues in the secondary. So this division is a lot closer than it appears on paper. Adding Minka Fitzpatrick can keep the Steelers within reach of it for a little while until Mason gets going. Now here's the thing. Does this first round pick backfire on them? I see everyone talking about how this is going to be a top 10 pick, and this would have been a young quarterback. Now, I'm not even sure if Mason Rudolph is the guy. I'm not sure of that. But even if he's not, I hate to break it to people, I don't think this is that good of a quarterback draft class. Now, there's some guys I like Jake Fromm, but I don't have him as a high first-round pick. I have him middle to late first round. I like Jordan Love. I don't take him outside. I don't take him in the first round, maybe low second round. Does Justin Herbert have stuff you want in a quarterback? Yeah, but he hasn't shown up in big moments at all. And Tua, I frankly don't think he works in the NFL. I think he doesn't have the durability I want. So when we question all these things, we also got to remember, each team scouts differently. Each team values positions differently. Is quarterback valued over everything else? Yes. But the team has to like the quarterback. Case in point, and this might be a bad example, but the Browns trading with the Eagles because they didn't want to take Carson Wentz. Again, bad example, but that's how it is. Browns trading because they didn't want to take Deshaun Watson. Bad example, but that's what it is. Teams value different quarterbacks differently. In the AFC North, usually you want a bigger body quarterback. That might be going out the window now with a Baker Mayfield type. Even though he is thick, you usually want a 6'4" guy. Time will tell. But that's going to wrap it up for today, and I hope you enjoyed. And hey, if you're new to this channel, if this is your first ever video, please drop a subscribe button. And if you don't like this video, then you can explain to me why you disagree with my thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and I'll go back at you why I think I'm right. But everyone, have a great day.